Good morning, folks. We are not on the farm this morning. It's a Saturday, and there's a whole ton of auctions going around, but we're going to try to hit 2 today because I'm interested in some stuff at an auction down south about an hour, and then we have a local one here in the old Armory that we're going to check out real quick, see if there's anything we can't live without. If we do find something, we'll leave a bid here and take off to the other one. So let's go see what the first one has to offer. Well, we got in the building early because Mike and Kathy are here early getting things ready. The sheer volume of items in here is just incredible, and even got the back room full. So we'll probably just give you the highlights going through here because it'd take an hour to show you everything probably. Here's one of them Rock'em Sock'em robots. Remember that game? There's some good cast iron here. We'll check that out. Got a cherry pitter and a waffle iron there. Some vintage kitchen items. Here's one of the little grater things, grates into the glass jar there. Love this little olive oil pitcher there. It's like a little cutter of some sort. Box of vintage marbles. It's got some cool ones in there. There's even stuff underneath all these tables. There's going to be here a while. There's some vintage train sets right there, the whole deal. There's a vintage Coca-Cola cooler down there. Got a whole bunch of guitars and microphones, guitar stands, amps, a lot of musical equipment here. Look at this old radio tuner here. Collection of sat irons there. Have the interchangeable handles so you can have one on the stove while you're using one. Looks like some couple handmade knives, or one handmade knife and a couple buck knives. Washboard. Antique clocks. More antique clocks. Got some jewelry here. Looks like some decent quality stuff. Not all of it's real costume jewelry. There's some jade and some other quality items in there. Some firearms. A couple more vintage clocks. Got a little better waffle iron here. Bought a couple of these here last year at this same auction. Somebody made some coat hangers to hang on the wall out of old doorknobs and hooks. Pretty handy to have by the back door. Bell collection. Cowbell collection. Couple Crocs and a butter churn. Love this little coffee grinder. That's nice. Really cute. Some bottles. Remember the stretch bottles they used to do at the fair? And they'd fill them full of that colored sand. I don't know if they did that everywhere, but they did it out where I lived. There's a music box. There's a whole bunch of state magnets. Pitcher and bowl set. There's one of those cool thermometers. A couple metal toy trucks and a couple seed planters. Some cream cans, toys, some older kitchen tools here. Pretty interesting stuff. Look at this old grater. Big monster holes in that. Here's a slicer. Nice little teapot. Grinders. Those are real popular. Here's the old Pyrex Primary Colors refrigerator set. I don't have one of these sets. You gotta watch, a lot of times they're chipped, but these look like they're in really great condition. No scratches on them. We might leave a bid on this set here. The gumball machine, don't know if the key's with it, but people put marbles in those. Here's a smelting ladle for when you're melting down metals for casting. There's a rivet set. Some old sifters and old iron. Metal truck, really good graphics still on it. That was well taken care of. Some other metal toys. Some vintage tins and spices. The old metal spice containers. Those are neat. Here's a complete gun cleaning kit. Huge. Look at this nice old butcher block here. Looks like the legs have been cut off a little bit. But you could put or make new legs underneath that real nicely. But tons of furniture. They always line the couches up so you can face the auction sitting on the couches. A couple of the step stool chairs and some quilt racks here. Kitchen tabletop card table. A couple nice cabinets, storage cabinets, solid wood. A little roll around kitchen island. A whole bunch of steamer chests. I haven't been able to figure out what the heck this thing is. It's got these wooden bars in here that lock on here, and then those bars are connected to those boards, and for some reason these boards open and close. You got little knobs there, and there's some kind of carpet, but if you know what that is, let me know. Those are some cool corner shelves that people made out of old doors. Those are pretty cool. Nice little solid wood like mini hutch. And some wooden high chairs. Really solid roll top desk. More clocks and KitchenAid up there. Nice wooden box. So this one here is a Anheuser-Busch. There's a really nice hutch there. Glass cabinet. Some more radios. I believe this is a record player here. Yeah, like an old Victrola. They've got a back room here set up just for a coin auction. Apparently there's a crazy coin collection in here. Wow, look at all that. A lot of real silver in here. Somebody had a really decent coin collection. Even got some back here. These are probably silver certificates. Big silver dollars. I would love to have this cabinet right here. That's a neat curio cabinet. There's a neat little flat to the wall secretary. Never seen one this narrow. Nice cabinet there, solid wood. This would be a good pantry cabinet here. Keep all your canned goods in there. Big display cabinet there. And a mini fridge and a safe, air conditioner. Here's a master built smoking cabinet. That's pretty cool. Some more wooden boxes. This looks like a big commercial freezer here. These boxes are full of vinyl records. I guess there's 1,500 record albums in this collection. And then a bunch of old books. Got this whole back room full of stuff too. We'll go through here real quick. They usually put the lawn and garden stuff and shop stuff out here. Be nice cabinets for garages over here. Some old steel wheels and cultivators. Hand tools like crazy. Boy, look at all this stuff here. Here's like an old decorator bicycle here, a tricycle. But look at all this stuff. These wooden toys down here. Birdhouses. That is quite a collection of stuff. Wow, little train engines. Motorcycles. You name it, it's in there. Pretty wild. Gas cans. Those little workmate benches were cool back in the day. Some decent lumber. Electrical tools here. Little mini rototiller. Spreader, table saw. Nice little roll around cart. That would be really good for like a chop saw. They have a belt sander on it there. Light standard there. Bandsaw, drill press, planer, big DeWalt planer on a cart. Router table, another little roll around table. Nail guns. Lots of clamps. The manual battery charger. We picked one up at that last auction we went to. Here's some old door hardware and door locks and latches. Lots of tools. Painting stuff. Some of those old lumber yard aprons. Those are nice for working around the shop, carrying stuff around in. Skill saws. That's a Craftsman cordless set. Electric pressure washer. Always organizer boxes. Those are always full of hardware too. Nice little step stool with a painting rack on it. Windmill. They got the food lady's truck in here. Little fishing pole rack looks like. And some tackle boxes. More hand tools. The roll around wash tub with the drains down there on the bottom. But these work good in gardens for cleaning like garden vegetables and stuff. We have a concrete model. This appears to be the lid for it here to cover. Got a park bench. Some of the old nylon strap lawn chairs. Look at the weather vane here. Some shepherd's hooks, planters, some of those fold-up sawhorses. More tools. I think they said there's 11 estates included into this auction. That's quite a few from the local area here. Here's a fully stocked toolbox. Looks like a Craftsman toolbox. Nice desk. Some kind of crimper. Look at these. Those are some warm boots. Little four-wheel dolly. Lots of hardware, ropes, grinding wheels. Got a jack, an old car jack down there. Military shovels. Those are good for campers. The nice thing about these military shovels is you can, they called them trenching tools back in the day. They have a little spike here that you can use. And then this shovel locks not only in the shovel position, but it locks in like the hoe position too. So you can dig with it. But very handy for campers. Some plant dollies. More lighting. There's a planting shelf here, or a baker's rack if you took it inside. Flat water hoses. Rubber hoses don't work too good here in Nebraska. They get really stiff. Lots, a whole box of painting tools. Well, that's the overview. Really don't see anything that I just want to hang out for. I'd love to put a bid on that Pyrex set, but we'll see if we'll do that. But they're going to be lucky if they get through this today. They'll probably have to open a couple rings to get through all of this stuff. This is literally a full day for even two auctioneers. So we're going to leave a $100 bid on this Pyrex set here. There's no chips. I've checked it all out. Probably won't get it for $100, but it's worth a shot. All right, we're done here at the Armory. Got our bid left. We're going to head to the other auction. It's about an hour away, so we'll see you there. It's an outdoor auction, so I'm thinking most of this rain is up north. Probably hasn't rained down there yet, but we'll see. So happy to be getting this rain. We sure needed it. The auction down here in Amherst starts at 9 o'clock. We're going to get there just before 9. So we'll grab our number and then we'll go walk around a little bit. All right, we made it down here to the Bramer auction, and we parked strategically down here so if it gets cold or windy, we can sit in the truck and watch where they're at and just shoot in when we're wanting to look at something. We're going to head over to the shack and get our number. Looks like they're getting ready to start. Got our numbers. They've got the auction started. They're running 2 rings. They've got some smalls over there on a few trailers, and they've got a few trailers over here also. So we got to look through these trailers and see if there's anything that we want to look at and to know which one we want to hang out with. There's a bull float on this trailer for doing concrete, which I don't have. Looks like the poles are with it as well. So we might take a look at that. Got a nice little feed scoop right there. Big old bull skull. There's a whole deal of twine there. And then here's a whole deal of 12-2 Romex with ground. Never have too much Romex around, especially if you can get it cheap, because Romex is really expensive at the store. Well, they got a ways to go on those trailers before they get to something I'm interested in. So we can look at some of this other stuff. There's some wood tools in here, a couple generators, a planer, some seed cleaners, and look at some of the bigger stuff out here that's interesting. A table saw and a bunch of furniture, four-wheeler and air compressors. Some decent roofing tin right there. Look at this old wagon, like a little model covered wagon. The decent pull behind spray tank there with a boom on the back. The log splitter, a little brush hog, and a rototiller. You don't see the rototillers very often. There's a cute little hunting shack. Keep you out of the weather. Nice pickup rack for hauling smaller animals. Lots of roofing shingles and lumber. Loads and loads of lumber. Some bale feeders. The wagon has got, looks like got a hydraulic hoist on it. Like a bunch of three-phase motors and some fertilizing shanks over there. Toolboxes. Whole bunch of hubs. More big motors and more lumber. Got some gravity wagons over there. Feeder wagons, fuel tank. Got freestanding fencing panels over there. Those are nice to have if you're working cattle. And look at this little spread away manure spreader here. Pretty cute. This one's PTO driven. A lot of them are ground driven. But you got your little gearbox back here. All the sprockets appear to be in good shape, not wore out. Sometimes you got to worry about these bearings, but you can get new bearings. Nice little John Deere all there, and they were smart enough to put the cans on the breathers and the exhaust pipe, so the motor's probably not stuck. There's two big old rolls of standing seam roofing. Not easy to come by in these parts. Appears to be about 20 sheets in each. Probably enough to do my whole shop, but of course I'm not ready for that project, but we might see what this goes for, because good roofing. Got a neat old centrifugal pump here, and it's like a Cushman or something, kind of little flatbed. Probably not a Cushman, but looks like it. It's like a giant screed for doing concrete. Look at this little tiny, I don't think it's bobcat, but it's cute. That'd beat you to death though. Like it got a lathe there all covered up if somebody needed a lathe. And here's a backhoe for a skid steer. And look at this little chicken house here, little chicken coop. Really nice. We're looking at doing like a little chicken tractor to do meat birds, so we might see if this goes fairly cheap. Here's a little calf catcher that mounts to little four-wheelers for catching calves, to tag them and stuff so mama don't kill you. Big old bush hog, double blader. Bunch of doors. Pallets of bricks. Look at this. It's a cement mixer for a skid steer. That's cool. Mix your cement and dump her right out. Portable poopers. Nice little combo toolbox fuel tank for a vehicle. That's 3 display cabinets for like a bakery or donut shop or something. There's a hiller attachment for big tractor. Nice job box. Like a hay bale conveyor for putting hay bales up in a barn. Just plug it in and throw a bale on there, it takes her right up. Got a little portable round pin there. Whole bunch of fence posts. Little skid mount fire rig. Air compressors. Big old bathtub. I-beams. Another wood splitter. Whole bunch of stainless steel handrail. Boy, if you had some steps you needed handrails on, boy, those are stout. It's a nice little cherry picker. good size. Little portable cage. I don't know what that would be for. This is a 3-point post hole digger. These are pretty common here for sales. Rototiller, nice little angle blade. Snow blower. Got some bent up hog panels here. Never can find them straight. Got Bigfoot, but he's not for sale. He's been here for years. So we'll watch a couple things here and see if we can get something. Well, it's starting to rain here, so I got back in the truck. There's only one other thing I was going to look at over here at the auction was that little chicken coop thing, but that thing is built so heavy. I think it's just too heavy for what we need it to do. So I might go settle up and just head home and get in a nice warm house. I've got some big pork roast I want to cook today anyway. So let's go settle up. I'll get home and then I'll show you just a couple things I bought. All right, back in the shop again, getting out of the wind. Let's show you what we got. We picked up this box here. It's got a rack that's got wire in it. Always doing wiring and stuff. Got another little manual battery charger because it was super cheap. And then there's some more wire here. And a little hook, oil filter wrench. This is a like a laser level. And a little filter funnel. So pretty cool. And some Dremel tool parts down in there that we could put with our Dremel tool kit. I have not heard back yet on the bid we left up in town up at the other auction. So we'll let you know how that goes here in a little bit. So we're going to go inside. I'm going to do some cooking. Well, we just got the text. Apparently, we won the bid on those Pyrex dishes. So we're going to run into town and get them real quick. I got to go by the grocery store anyway. We'll grab them while we're in there. The rain finally starting here at home. Thank goodness. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The auction is still going on. All right. Got our auction stuff paid for. Got our Pyrex set. Only cost me $50. I knew it wasn't probably going to go to $100, but I thought maybe it would. It depended on really who was there. That's such a nice set with no scratches at all. It could have easily gone over $100 if the right person was here to buy it, but I got lucky today. So hope you enjoyed running around to these 2 auctions today. 2 in a day is a little rough, but we're going to head to the grocery store and get some things we need and stuff like that. So till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us again here on the farm. Always a good time. Now my set is complete.